Hi guys, it's Karen. I'm back and I'm going to do the follow-up video to the one I had up previously showing the cover of this beautiful journal that I made. And I am now going to go through the inside and do a flip through of the envelope journal that's on the inside. This is a small journal, lots of detail, and it's an ephemera journal, and so it's not meant for writing in, it's meant for flipping through and discovering all the little things in the pockets and the tucks. And the theme of this journal is hope and love, and a lot of inspirational little messages and quotes and just words of encouragement are found throughout. If you want to see the full detailed video of the cover that I have done, I will link that video at the end. The envelope journal was a craft with me project that I did in January and February of this year, somewhere there, with Charlotte Peterson, who is my friend on YouTube. And hi Charlotte, and she has a wonderful tutorial, several of them, that she did as she did each sort of envelope and put it together. And I'm going to link the video where she starts that process in the description box below, and then you can go over and see how to actually make the journal if you wish to make one of these journals yourself. These luscious pieces of lace and trim here on the bottom, as I showed some in the previous video, these are all from Angel Dream Crafts Kim. This is her pink fringe trim, and the leaf trim is on the bottom here as well. And it is very beautiful, and it looks really nice on the bottom of this journal. And then the inside cover, there's some fabric that I bought from Nanny's Attic by Nola, and I just put in a piece of linen here in the spine to add some support in the spine where you're sewing in your signatures. And then this is a pocket at the bottom here, so there's room for tucking in goodies, which I have tucked a big journaling card in here. And then this is a tuck on the side here as well, with some beautiful trim from Angel Dream Crafts Kim. And then I've just made a little scrappy booklet that's tucked in there. This side has the pocket at the bottom as well, which has a large journaling card just tucked in here. And also at the back, I just tucked in a couple of pieces of digital downloads that I have. One is an envelope, which I've actually left open so someone can finish it off the way they like. And another one of the little blossom envelopes is tucked in there as well. This is the journal. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 envelopes that make up this journal. There are tucks, of course, created with the pockets of the journal. You use some of the windows in the envelopes. You make extra tucks and with your other little pieces. And so it creates this big fat journal with all these little things to discover. And I specifically made the cover with the wraparound style so that it holds everything in nice and snugly and you don't have bits of your ephemera falling out. Here again is the front, love and hope. On this little tag I've put faith, and on this little tag I've got family. And a lot of the papers I have used in here are digital downloads that I've purchased myself. And there's some stickers and there's some laces and trims. And I will point out the ones that are from Angel Dream Crafts. And just basically, it's fun to make these because you use little tiny scraps so you can really go through a lot of your scraps in your scrap pile and come up with this very pretty journal. Added a tag on the front here, and I've tucked a little double journaling card in behind that. I've added a flower digital download fussy cut out and added that in there with an extra little tag in there. Again, this journal is all about discovery. There's lots of words on tags and tucked in places, and so there's sort of this, you know, going through and looking, and I'm imagining that as you go through, even myself going through and looking at it, I remember, you know, oh, I put that there, or I tucked that there, and that's how it would be if someone's looking through it. I've added some of my tatting. There's a little tatted flower on here. This little tag, I've put joy on there. And this one I've put trust. And there's a little pocket's been created here on the front of this tag with a little bit of lace. So as I said, the whole experience is sort of layers and layers and layers. The back side of that envelope. And this, I used the pocket of the envelope. So it opens up and there is a tag inside there. And again, when you flip it up, there's a little surprise because you have a little, you know, with brave wings she flies. So a little discovery point. This little butterfly here in the corner is a tuck spot. Just says my journey. Tag here. This is a sticker, a 3D sticker, and I used that, and that the top of it I left unattached so it can hold down the flap. And this is another tag tucked in this lace pocket. And at the bottom here is a trim, and I cut these individually off of the trim that Kim has in her store in Angel Dream Crafts, and I applied that along the bottom here to add a little bit of a dangle. This is the second envelope, and the window is here, and there it has an opening on the side, and there is a tag that goes inside there with a little message on it, and then that shows through the window. And then this is a bit of a flip here, and there's some beautiful, I've used a lot of, I used not digital downloads, but I also used napkins. This is a napkin that I had, and I've just glued that onto some music paper. There's some washi there, there's a fairy sticker and a matching one there. And this one creates a tuck spot, which has a little tag in there. And this little birdie is sort of a bit of a flip, and then I've tucked a little journaling card in there. I put a little one of the Tim Holtz paper clips on there because it kept falling out. And then I added a little bit lace here from Angel Dream Crafts. Little bits of bling. There's lots of detail, as I said. This is the back side of that envelope. And again, this is a digital image that I downloaded. There's flowers and birds and bees and that kind of thing all through this journal. This is a journaling card that slides in under this belly band created with some lace. There's a napkin overlaid over some music paper and some washi here. And then I created this tag and added on the little bird that's from a napkin, and these are digital downloads, and these are bees that were in a napkin, and I just fussy cut them out of the napkin and then glued them on to the tag. And that, like I said, that just slides underneath that little belly band and then behind this other little tuck spot here. So things are tucked in and behind in this type of journal so that things are held in place. There's another little journaling card in behind here. There's a little wee one, like a little booklet in behind this little tuck spot. And it just, inside it says, remember to be positive. So lots of pretty little details. This little black little pin is from Angel Dream Crafts, and I added some beads onto it and a little dangle on the end of it. So these, and I've just tied it on there with a little bit of green embroidery floss. Just little details, little bits of movement, little bits of sparkle throughout the discovery of it as well. This is the next envelope. This has the flip at the top, and there is a tag in there. And then this is a tuck at the side here, and these are some stickers I had in my stash, and they're printed on fabric. So I put that along the side here over the tuck spot, and then this little journaling card fits in behind there, but at the same time it also holds the flap down the way that I positioned the little roses and the leaves tuck behind that journaling card there to hold the flap down. And then added a little flower in the corner here, and then a couple more little tags that tuck in behind there. On this envelope, this is some washi tape, this is a napkin, some fussy cuts. I've made a little tuck, a triple tuck in the side here. There's a tag behind there. There's another couple of little tags tucked in here. And then this is one of the cabochons from Angel Dream Crafts. This is one of the lady ones, and I hope the glare isn't too bad off of that. She's really pretty. And I mentioned in my design team package in April, because this is when I showed these, but I just had to steal one and put it in this little journal. And I mentioned that you can glue them down and use them as tuck spots in your journal. And so I've just glued on half of it down, and then there's a little spot behind it there, and I've just tucked this little tiny journaling card, and it just says us on it, but you can't see that until you pull it out. So again, a little part of the journey of discovering different things within the pages. I think this is Stamperia paper collection that I had, and I have a few bits left from it, and I used that journaling card on there. I made this journaling card and tucked it in behind, and this is the napkin again, the dragonfly napkin there. And as I did the pages, you'll notice, like, this is the back of a previous previous envelope, and this is the back of this envelope, and this is a new one. But I made them so they were cohesive and went together, so that when you open them up, because you're seeing these two at the same time, they kind of work together with each other. So it does take some planning if you want to do that, so that because the back side of one envelope and the front side of the next are partners, as is these two. So these colors went together. I used the dragonflies twice. This is a beautiful washi tape that I had. There was a bit of purple in these flowers with the blue, so I brought in a bit more purple on this side. And again, one of the pins from Kim's shop, and I put 4 little beads on there. And then this is a tuck spot here too, with a little tuck in behind. And again, most of these ones that you pull out have little, either a word or a couple of words on them. This is the back side of that envelope, and I've put a tuck here using a vocabulary word tag that was a digital download. I made a little tag with a butterfly and a bee on it over top some book page. This is a little tag in here that slides in and out. This little collage here with the flower and the paper flower also creates a tuck, so that you can put this little tag that I made in underneath there. I added a little bit of trim from Angel Dream Crafts on the bottom of that tag, and it just then it slides in there, but it also hangs out the bottom, so it's quite pretty. Another pin, one of her black pins here, and added some pretty teal colored beads on that one. And then I had a little bee charm, and I added that on there as well. This is a smaller envelope. This is the final envelope in the set, so this is reaching the middle. And this one here, I created a collage on the corner and tucked a little journaling card in there. So this is the middle of the signature, making up the 5 envelopes make up the signature. This was, like I said, this is a smaller envelope in the center here. And I created a pocket here with a little tag in it, another little tuck spot here with a couple more tags. This one I did some stamping on, and it just says joy. And added a little butterfly that I made 3D. It's made from heavier cardstock, so it kind of the wings stay sticking up. The center of this journal, I did the signature on this a little differently, because as I was putting these pages together, I had put the thread through with knots on it in the center to kind of keep everything together as I was making the journal. and so that I could see how the pages reacted with each other, because part of this one shows when I made this one. And so in the end, they were all threaded onto this heavier cording. And I just decided, rather than fussing with it and redoing it with another cord and doing the signature with the full, you know, as you do a signature, I just decided to do some large knots. This is quite a heavy cord with a little bit of a wax on it. And so I did a couple of knots that are quite large, but they look good. They look like great big French knots. And then on the ends of the strings, I just attach these little butterfly appliques. And so that creates and ties the signature in. And then on the other side, which if you catch the other video, which, as I said, I'll put a link to it at the end, you'll see how it looks on the outside, the rest of how I've tied the signature in. And it's quite sturdy. It works really well. So I've not seen it anywhere else, just something I sort of came up with as I was creating this. So on this side, little tucks with little journaling cards with little sayings on them, a little bit of a tatting flower, a collage here, some fabric frayed out. Here's another one of the pins from Angel Dream Crafts with some beads and a little bird on it. As I said, lots to explore, lots to see, lots of color. I don't know, when I flip through this journal, it makes me feel happy, because to me it's pretty. It's got a lot of beautiful details, and the colors just brighten your day. On this page, I've made a tuck, and I've put a journaling card in behind there, and then created another little tuck with a little heart applique and another little applique on top. And although this one in the reds and pinks is from my stash, Angel Dream Crafts does have this type of trim in the shop in other colors, and might even have that color as well. And you can cut it out in these little pieces, and they're good for adding. And again, two little tiny, if you love doing little things, this is a lot of fun, because these are, you know, digital papers or scrap paper, and you know, you back it onto some cardstock or a little bit of cardboard, whatever you want to do. And then I just rounded the corners with a chomper, and you just have a lot of fun making these little tiny things to tuck in places. Here is a little bit of the bunny trim that from Angel Dream Crafts. This, you can see the window here, and there is a tag that is slid in there so that you see through the window with a bit of a tab on the edge here. This is a napkin bird that I adhered onto some book paper, and then it's become a tuck. So that's it there, and there's a little tiny journaling card under it that says calm, and that just slides in there. On the side is just some craft paper, eggs, and then and a little fussy cutout rose, and that created another little tuck spot here for that. And then this is showing from the other side of the page, the tops of them, and I finished them off too. Like on the back of this one, I added a tatted flower up here to go with this page. So kind of, you're not just looking at an empty spot there. Heading into the back part of the little ephemera journal. Again, the envelope with the window here, and I have another journaling card in there, which I did it so that the words partially show through the window, and then you have to pull it out to see the rest. Just added a little bit of trim on the edge and some beads. Little butterflies that are actually napkin. I just fussy cut them out or fussy tear them out and then applied them with glue stick. Little fairy image from a fairy book that I bought that I am taking apart and using in my crafting. Little tuck spot here, and then a little tiny journaling card at the top here, which you saw the back side showing at the top there, and then this side is on here, and it just looks like she's looking up at the beautiful tatted flower that I added on there. I thought it was really pretty. Here again is another one of the pins, and these are really small. They're about I'm gonna say 3/4 of an inch, I think. and you just add some, I just add some beads onto them. This one has some different colored yellow beads. These are really little ones. These are 11 OC beads. And then there's a dragonfly attached to the end of there as well. And I don't worry about mixing metals. I think the metals look nice mixed together, especially a lot of these charms have a bit of black in them anyway, so they look quite nice attached to the black pins. This page, I've made one of the folded envelopes that kind of like, I guess if it's a bit of an origami type thing, and then I've put, so it allows you to have tuck spots in behind, and I put this little piece on, which is from my stash, a scrapbooking piece, and then I just added these cute little tickets and little journaling cards in behind that. And also there's one tucked in behind here, and washi tape just peeking out at the bottom there, and a little bit here, another little bee cut from a napkin and placed on there, and then another little journaling card tucked in inside the envelope itself that I created here, and then a sticker, 3D sticker, and this sort of slides behind this 3D sticker so it holds that pretty little journaling card in place there. Added a piece of trim at the top of the page. This is from a trim from Angel Dream Crafts. This is just the top of the trim. And I've mentioned that before, that I often cut them off and use them. And that one is what I've done there. Again, using the window in the envelope and creating a tag to go in there. So you see the dragonfly and it's stickled, and you see some of the irises poking, showing through there. And I put "Be thankful for the journey," and "Let us thy grace receive," which is just, I took that out of a hymnal and put that on there. So that tucks in there. This is a little tuck spot that's created with a napkin. Actually, this napkin was actually put on some fabric, and I'd used it in a different journal, but I had this little piece left of this potted pansies, and I wanted to use it, so I put it in here. And it has a little journaling card tucked in behind here. And this is a collage up here of washi and napkin and scrapbooking papers and a little chipboard piece. And then it's sort of, you have to sort of, you pull this one out, and then you can pull this one out, and then you can, if you take that one out, then you can take this one out that slides underneath the pansies at the top. So that's the way it is with this journal, is that it has all these little tuck spots that kind of are created, and they hold each other in place. This is a cute little flip open, and it just says "True" inside. And so that little smile was there, and this little one was tucked in behind here. I've tucked them in enough times so I remember where they all go. I love this napkin that I got with the hummingbirds on it, and used it a few times throughout this journal. It's just got beautiful images on it, and it just looks so pretty in here. And so that's on the back, or on the envelope itself. All these envelopes initially were all tea stained before I started, so that when I covered this with the napkin, you can see the tea-stained envelope in behind, and it's not stark white. A little bit of washi, pretty little journaling card tucked in there, lace pocket here at the bottom, and then another little tuck spot created with this is actually some coloring book page, and I color the flowers with my alcohol inks and then cut them out and use them in different things in my projects. Little ticket in behind there, and then this little journaling card fits in here as well. A little bit of lace from Angel Dream Crafts Kim on Etsy at the top of that page. And I think I forgot to mention, this is also part of a trim from her shop as well, and I just use the dangle part, the little wee dangle parts, to go across the bottom of this page. As I said, lots of detail, why I wanted to spend some time showing you this. And I just want to say thanks to Charlotte, because she definitely was the inspiration for putting this together, and I've really enjoyed doing it. It was a lot of fun to do in January, February, in the winter. I had my bright colors out, and I was doing things that it just brought me a lot of joy, and It was really fun making this little envelope journal. Little dangle piece cut off one of the trims from Angel Dream Crafts, and then a tatted flower on top with a little beaded piece hanging on there as well. This piece actually was from Kim from Angel Dream Crafts. She sent it to me a couple Christmases ago, a little tag mixed in with some other things at Christmas, and I just loved it. I always had it, you know, in my stash, and I wanted to use it on this page as a tuck. Just liked the idea of the angel and just the love and hope and inspiration in this journal, and I felt the angel was really appropriate. And she's a tuck, like I said, and there's a little journaling card in behind there, and this one doesn't have any words on it, and some of them don't, and some of them I just may have forgot to put a word on. This is a pocket was created with some pink lace behind here, and this is another little journaling card in there. This one says belief, faith, and accept. And then this is the pocket of the envelope at the top here, flips open. There is another journaling card inside of there. And then this little fussy cut rose creates the little piece that holds the flap down for that envelope. One is a flip out on this side. This is the envelope itself, and then on this side I made a little glassine bag envelope and put a little journaling card inside of there. And then this is some chipboard rose, and it went so beautifully with this washi tape. And this is a Tim Holtz, and this is just from my stash, and they just fit beautifully together. And I did it around the edge of here too, added a little tag in the back here, tucked behind the glassine bag. A little bit of trim that's off of the rose trim from Angel Dream Crafts Kim. This is the dangle part. I just cut that piece off and added that there. And then this flips open, and this I attached onto the envelope, so this is the extra piece. Again, a little collage with a bunch of little things tucked in. This one tucks in behind here, and this one tucks in underneath, a little bit of a tuck at the top here. And then this is an envelope. It flips open, and there is, let me just move this over a little bit, there is a little tag in there, and then it closes, and there's actually a tag under behind there as well, tucked into here. So when you open the envelope, you would discover this tag that's tucked in here. And then there's some little flowers here that I left only partially glued down, so that that becomes the flap, where the flap of the envelope can go under and be secured down so it doesn't keep opening up. And then again, a little tuck at the bottom here, and a little ticket tucked in there, or a little tag tucked in there. And this is how it gets bulky, is you make decisions to do a flip like that, and then you add all this stuff on top of it. But for the purpose of that, it's not for writing in, and it's a discovery type, an inspirational type journal, I feel that it's fine for it to be really thick and bumpy and everything. I think it makes it a lot of fun. So this page, I used a piece of metal that I had and partially glued that down, so it created a tuck, and put a butterfly on top of it. This is a napkin image that has been adhered to some book page, and then it glued down in such a way that it becomes a tuck, and there's a little tag in behind there. And then this is just some pretty washi tape and to add to that page. This is the back of the final page, and again, this is a tuck here that this little tag fits into at the top. And then what I did was I had it so that the butterfly, after it slides in there, it sits sort of on the top of this card like that. So if you would have to take this out, you would find that tag. You could lift this out. There's some writing on the bottom of that tag. This one slides back in here, like I said, behind here, and then the butterfly sits on the top of the tag. This is just, there's a lace pocket created at the bottom of here and then I've got this tucked in there. This, I created this tuck with part of a metal piece that from Angel Dream Crafts Kim. I just cut it, and it actually cuts really easily with a good pair of scissors. I tatted some little flowers and added those in onto the bottom part of it here, glued it all across the bottom, and then it became a tuck spot for a little tag in there. And then this is a sticker I had, and I used that as well as a tuck spot in here, just behind. And then there's a few more pieces of that dangly lace from Angel Dream Crafts. I just added 3 more pieces below there. And then this is just a altered mini paper clip that I attached at the top. And another piece of little trim at the top here that's the top, a part of a lace trim from Angel Dream Crafts. And I just cut the loopy parts off and used that there. And the final page, again, some tuck spots. There's a tuck spot here and a little journaling card tucked in there. There is this butterfly creates a tuck spot, and the lace creates a tuck spot. So behind the lace and this little card creates a tuck spot. So behind this lace, this, and then this card in here, and then this one tucks in behind the butterfly, and then there's a little dragonfly here applique, which is cut from a trim that I purchased from Angel Dream Crafts Kim last year. So she doesn't have that in the shop anymore, but I love cutting these out separately and using them in my project. And this little piece here, which is a digital download, I've put it on here and created a little pocket, which has a little journaling card tucked in there as well. That is the flip through of this really fun little inspirational envelope journal that I created. As I said, the link to Charlotte's video will be, or the first one, because I think there were a few. I think she did 4 pages, 4 envelopes, I believe, and there's 4 separate videos, and you can go over and, you know, she goes into more detail how she puts hers together. And so you can go over and get more inspiration from her and maybe think about creating one of these. These are all, again, if I didn't mention it, they are all envelopes from junk mail. So I just picked different sizes and put them together the way I thought they would look the best. And journal can be whatever you want it to be. That's it for me, to showing you the rest of this journal. And I hope you are all staying safe and well, and I will see you all soon. Bye for now.